All right. Hello, team. I just wanted to come in and share a few thoughts that are quite relevant for for us in on the personal development journey for us who have been to a degree sucked into this desire to make more of our lives, right? And I've been on this journey for over a decade now, and I've observed a lot. I have heard a lot. I have heard a lot of the ultimate thing to do in order to create that better life of yours. And I have suffered a lot during that time because a lot of it just sometimes is a little bit counterproductive more than is productive. And that isn't for everyone. So, one thing that I really try to emphasize all the time is that there's always multiple layers. There's no truth or one right way to do things for everyone. And so what happens with goal setting specifically or especially, like, I haven't scripted this, so I'm just gonna. I hope that I can make this as brief and helpful as possible. But obviously, we can go really, really deep. But one thing that happens is that we get this idea that we have to have big goals. We have to have these big visions, and we have to kind of like make a huge impact in the world in order for us to be someone or to feel like we've succeeded or to feel worthy. And it is actually very much counter what we're actually what we're actually trying to do. And again, I won't be able to go into the details of it. I'm more than happy to kind of like offer a workshop or something where we can really talk about that as well, and see how we can get into this. But um, we set goals. We have this idea that we need to set goals. And the higher the goal, the bigger the goal, the better we're going to feel about ourselves eventually, right? But what then often happens, and I think that's what Al was talking about, is that if we keep having these high visions, these big goals in our mind, you know how we do it with Lifebook. We have this perfect life vision and these big goals. Attitude. If you don't have big dreams, what are you even living for? Kind of nonsense. But for some people that works, and that's awesome. If your big vision really, really drives you, have them bold big visions and go for that, right? But if your big vision, your big goals, your big desires and dreams make you be even more aware and feel even worse about yourself where you're at right now, then maybe change the way that you look at your goal or change the goal. Maybe not necessarily the goal itself. It's good to have goals, to have visions, and change the relationship to those goals. Because oftentimes what happens is we misunderstand what a goal actually is. And I don't know if you've heard about the difference between means goals and end goals. So a means goal being a goal that we are wanting to achieve in order to. It's like, I want to have a family in order to feel like I'm contributing to society, or I want to have this big job because that's what would make me feel successful, or whatever it is, right? But it is a goal that we want to achieve in order to. That's a means goal. That's not the end goal. The end goal is, in that case, rather to feel successful, to feel worthy, to feel like you're contributing. That's the actual end goal in it. And so when we mistake the means goals for an end goal, then we start creating this uneaseful tension and this feeling of lack and this feeling of huge gap and stress and like feeling even worse, right? The bigger the vision gets. And so I've been there and I'm still there, trust me. But I changed the way that I look at goals. So for me, how I work and how I work with most people, because most people come to me exactly for that reason. They're feeling overwhelmed. They feel like nothing is really getting them to where they want to be. The way that I look at goals is, first of all, I'm trying to be aware whether it's an end goal or a means goal. And there's nothing wrong with having means goals as long as you are aware of that, right? And then I have these goals, I have the vision as an anchor point, as a guiding light, as my North Star in life. I have that vision or multiple visions, it's multiple visions, multiple options, multiple kinds of lives that I aspire to potentially live. But I do not attach my self-worth, my feeling of success, my sense of belonging to the achievement of that specific goal or vision or the I detach myself and my self-worth and all of it from that vision. I use it as my guiding light, but I'm not attached to actually achieving it in this lifetime. And that might just be a stage that I'm at right now. Maybe at some point down the road, I will actually become committed vision and to really go into. But that's what I mean with be aware whether your vision and your goal is actually fueling you and driving you, or whether it's making you feel stuck and insecure and feeling less than. That's the difference. Whether you want to keep that focus specifically on that goal and really go for it, or whether you want to broaden it up a little bit, use it as your guiding light, but work on what you actually want to feel and experience in the here and now. And I guess that's also what I forgot the name. This lecturer that shared in like the video, that what he's talking about. Visions and goals are awesome for us to have a direction in life on where we desire to go. But eventually life doesn't happen up there. Life happens here. Life happens in the present moment. And it's in the present moment that we need to work and play and practice and feel the feelings, the emotions, the experience that we aspire to have when we achieve this vision. And how can we do that? What is the smallest step today, right now, that I can take that would make me feel at least the smallest amount of how I desire to feel up there when I reach that big vision? How can I bring this into the here and now? And then do that. And then do that again and again and again. Become the scientist of your own life. Try things out. If it works, awesome. If it doesn't, change it, throw it away, take something new up. Stay a little bit longer than you normally would with something just to try it out, whether consistency is getting you there. And if it still doesn't, kick it again. If you have the tendency to like really hold on to something and don't want to let it go until it's really happening, but it still doesn't happen, can you allow yourself to just drop it a little bit sooner and try something else? and be playful with life. Be playful with your goals. Allow your goals to change and make it about the journey, make it about the experience, make it about living. And understand that you are not the only driver. You're not the single creator of your life. There is you and the actions that you can take. But then there's also another force that's driving you. And there's the outside world, right? So you don't have full control over what you can do or whatnot, because it always depends on the interplay with you and your surrounding, with you and the outside world. And then again, also acknowledging that there is something else, something higher than you in your little identity, in your little ego personality, that is actually driving. And so, can you do the work? Can you be playful? Can you move forward, take rests, try something else, stick with something a little longer, but then also trust and surrender every now and then and see what this other force, this driving force, this life force has in store for you. And trust that if something doesn't work out, maybe it's because you don't actually really want it. That's another thing that we are often not aware of, how much of our core desires or our heart desires, I actually don't want to call them heart desire, because the heart desire is actually my desire, but it's really challenging and difficult to really find that for most of us. Most of our desires and goals are programmed from society, from the people around us, from what we think we should be doing, from what we think we should aspire in order to, from what a person my age is supposed to be doing right now or having achieved right now. So becoming aware of what is actually my desire and realizing that maybe when something doesn't happen, it might just be because I don't actually really want it, because it's not actually a core desire of mine. It's not actually my dream vision of life. Maybe my big dream vision of my life is a very simple, very peaceful, quiet little life where I get to inspire people around me, but not many more. Where I get to live a private life with lots of friends, or with just a few friends, but good friends. Maybe my big vision is to just have jobs here and there, to just do the best in the workplaces that I do, to have a small family, to have average kids, but happy kids, to be happy to have a happy husband, and just be okay with that. It doesn't always have to be huge and have these huge legacy ideas of like, I need to leave a legacy behind, and what are people going to talk about at my funeral, blah, blah. That can bring a lot of stress. It can be fun exercises to do, but it can bring a lot of stress as well. So to cut this here after 15 minutes, I hope that this leaves you with some food of thought, maybe some new way of looking at your life book, at your goals, and how to navigate these moments when we feel this tension, this uncomfortable tension that keeps us even more stuck, because we are so aware of this huge gap between where we're at and where we desire to be. And then just trust that the daily actions, small actions, atomic habit building, right? The enjoyment of the present, of the moment, receiving every moment as a present, and to keep the goal, the vision as a guiding point, but not attach my self-worth, my success credits, whatever, to that achievement. If I achieve it, great. If I don't, awesome. I still have an experience, I still have a life, I still get to enjoy it, and I still get to love myself, I still get to feel belonging, and I still get to feel contribution, because by just being, I contribute. And I trust the ripple effect. And I trust that it only takes one person for me to touch in the right way to change the entire world. I don't have to do that. I just get to touch one person who's then going to do that work.